Hello guys, welcome back to the next one. In this one, I want to talk about how do we assert multiple statements in one single test case. So let's first take a look at the problem statement and maybe kind of the thing that we want to do. Let's assume that I have this test case, right? I want to log into this account, and after login, I want to verify a couple of things maybe. And maybe the first thing is we are already verifying that this user icon is present, and let's say another scenario comes in from the test cases which says verify that the title is let's code it, or maybe some other scenario, verify that particular course shows up when you log in, something like that. So basically the whole idea is to talk about that there are multiple verification points in a test case and you need to do those things. Alrighty, sounds pretty easy, right? It doesn't sound difficult that even if we have to do multiple verification points, what's the issue? The issue comes up here. When you have multiple verification points, you need to put assert in multiple positions. And when an assert fails, it's actually going to stop the execution of that particular test case and move to the next test. And if it moves to the next test, then the second assertion is never done, which means if our first assertion fails, right, the second assertion, the code didn't reach, and if the code didn't reach there, then it means we never verified the second thing. And it might be possible that the first thing was really minor and we didn't want to stop the execution, we still wanted to continue the execution, and we wanted to go to the second verification to make sure that that is the main functionality and if it's working fine or not. So I have tried to wrap these things into some comments also. This is, we have multiple verification points. If one will fail, definitely it will not go to the second one. So we want to make sure that we go to the second one. This is the pain point. So now let's first take a look at the example that how it fails, so you guys can see the real failures and real issue. And then in future classes, we'll talk about how to overcome this situation. So I will just verify the title and I will do few things so you know how do we do those things in framework. We don't want to verify just, we don't want to do here, right? We don't want to say self.driver.get title and then verify the title. We don't want to do here. So title is something that is common to the whole application. And this is something that we can put in Selenium driver class because it uses the driver to find the title. So anything that is kind of Selenium driver thing, we are wrapping up, right? We are wrapping up here. So I can simply say here something like this, def and get title, and this again it doesn't need anything, so we can just say return self.driver.title. So this is the property that returns us the title. This is going to return us the title, and then all the actions, verifications, comparison should go to the page class. So I'm gonna write a method here which I'm gonna say verify title of login page, maybe something like that. And then in this I'm gonna say if self.get title, that's it. We can simply use that. So we don't have to say in the login page, right, driver.get title or something. We can just say self.getTitle, the method that we have in our Selenium driver class, equals to, maybe let's code it. I think this is the title. If it's equals to this, or maybe we can say something like, we can say this guy. So we can verify the string like this. This is verification of substring. If let's code it in title, if this string exists in the title, then return true, else return false, right? So this is our method that's going to return the verification of the title. And if you notice, we are not comparing anything in the test cases, we are just comparing everything here, and then finally we are returning either true and false. So in the test case, it's really easy to assert also. It's just we can assert anything to true and false. So all the logic we need to take care in the page classes. We don't want to bulk up our test cases. They should not break if any changes happen. We should just be able to go in the page classes and fix them there. So let's try to see what we need to do here. If I have the valid login, first thing I'm verifying is the result here. That's correct. Let's verify the next thing. So I'm gonna make it result1, and I'm gonna define one more result2, and I will say self.lp.verify title, and then I will say assert result2 equals to true. This time it should be successful because we have the correct title and we are verifying the correct thing, so definitely it's gonna return true. And if it returns true, both the assert statements should run fine, right? So in fact I wanna actually put it on the top. So we first verify the title and then we verify the login successful method. So I'm just gonna make this one as result1 and this one as result2. Alrighty, so let's just open the terminal and let's try to run this code. So I'm gonna say pytest -s-v login test -browser Firefox, and let's quickly run the code. It's gonna bring up the login page and it's gonna first try to log in, and both the tests should execute. So it looks like everything executed successfully. There were two test methods, valid login and invalid login, both executed successfully, and we have no issues. And we can actually check in the automation log as well. There are so many stuff in the automation log, so everything is fine. But now let's take a look at the problem statement. What happens if my verification fails? The first one, let's say the title fails, and I'm gonna verify something weird. Maybe if Google exists in my title, then I'm returning true. I'm just taking a hypothetical situation. I really want this one to fail. That's why I'm doing that. So please understand this part. Now, this assertion in line number 21 should fail, right? It's gonna fail. And we wanna see if this assertion, line number 23, is gonna get executed. So that's what we wanna see. So let's go ahead and run the code again. So login page is going, and it's just gonna try everything, and it failed here itself. So here you go. If you see here, the method for valid login, it failed, and since it failed, let's see the verification point. The verification point is it failed on result1 assert. Assertion error is false equals to true because we were asserting a wrong thing. The title was incorrect that we provided, so it was supposed to be failing the test case, and the assertion failed for false equals to true. And since it failed here, if you notice, it just stopped here. It never went. It just stopped at this line itself. It never went ahead, and it never verified this portion of the code. It never verified if the user icon existed on the page. So if we wanted to verify both the things, we were not able to verify. So this is the pain point, guys, and I'll just stop here for this one. In the next lecture, I'll show you how do we overcome this problem. Alrighty, I will see you in the next lectures, and stay tuned for them. Practice, guys. Please download this code, practice, and this is the most important thing after all I can say, because this code is going to be really helpful. I know it's going to be really tricky to initially implement things, but you'll learn. Alrighty, I'll see you in the next lectures. Thanks.